Hi friends, dumelang, kia ora, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Felicia Khonte, the modest red violinist, and I am back with another video. I am a South African radiographer currently living in New Zealand, sharing stories and real talk about moving abroad, settling in and thriving while at it. Today I am having some green seedless grapes and some caramel latte. Just another reaction. So this past week I got myself an iPad and now I use it to write all my notes and prepare all the content that I want to share with you guys. So don't mind when I keep looking at my iPad. I'm making sure that I'm not missing anything and reminding myself of all points that I want to share with you guys. Today I'm diving into 20 culture shocks that I've experienced in New Zealand. Some of these had me wide-eyed, others had me laughing, and a few made me miss home. Whether you're thinking of moving here or you're just curious, trust me, you are in for a few surprises. And let's get into it. I'm going to try to group these points together. I just wrote these points down as I remembered them, and if they are not grouped together, please just let me wing it and just share all the information that I have. The first point I'd like to talk about is housing. Houses here are made from wood, unlike back home in South Africa where houses are made from bricks. The small research that I made says that it is because they are faster to make, and in cases of earthquake, timber is lighter and flexible as they absorb shock better. And talking about houses, it gets me to my second point. When you come into a house, you have to take your shoes off. It is part culture because I read about it in part of the courses that I was doing at work. I think another reason is because the flooring in most houses is carpet. Maybe they want the carpets to be cleaner for years. Point number 3, electricity and water. If you have stayed in South Africa or if you are in South Africa, you know that electricity and water is always a problem. Yo, Jesus, load shedding. Yo, so there is no load shedding here. It's amazing. Like I have electricity every single time. Water is always there. I don't struggle with those. It's so nice that I can even decide to be on my sewing machine at 12. You know, in South Africa there's periods of times where they would take electricity according to the areas. They would take electricity for 2 hours or 4 hours at the time. So it's amazing that I don't get to experience that. This one is a nice culture shock because it's nice to always have lights and electricity. It's so nice to have power. Yo. Now let's talk about transportation. But here depends on where you are located. If you are in the cities, you're obviously not gonna struggle with transport because there's buses and there's your Ubers, and also there's a lot of scooters, like these 2-wheel scooters. I've never been on one and I'll never be on one because those things I can fall. Yo, I don't have balance. I mean, if I can't even ride a bicycle, that scooter is going to throw me very far away. So a lot of people use scooters. Most also use bicycles. It can never be me. It can never be me. Because first of all, am I supposed to bend in the sun? And then I'm just like, am I gonna sweat? By the time I get to work, what's gonna happen? I won't feel comfortable. It's not like I would do it anyway because I can't even ride a bicycle, but most people do it. And I mean, if it has always been a norm, it's not gonna be a problem for you. If you are like in the rurals, transport will obviously be a problem and you would need a car. And cars need petrol. Cars need juice. And in order for you to have juice in your car, you must do it yourself. Yo. Each time I put petrol in my car, I make sure that I fill up because I don't like doing it. I feel awkward. I feel like I might bomb. I feel like I'm gonna do something wrong. I'm just like, I want to be a princess. Yo, I want to be a princess. But unfortunately, in New Zealand, you have to put petrol yourself. For me, a person that would use 3 specific petrol stations or garages, I miss the petrol attendants because like I would talk to them. I would be a regular. You know, when you go to fill your petrol, if you were feeling out of it, they would make you laugh, make you smile. So I miss that. Like I miss that. Now you just get there, put petrol, pay and leave. No interaction whatsoever. It's a pain. Then there is parking. Parking in the street happens like in South Africa, like in town, but not in the neighborhoods. Everybody generally has their own yard where they can park their cars, and there's a lot of complexes or estates and everybody has allocated parking. And there's also like your visitor parking in case you have a lot of cars. Yes, there are garages. Yes, you have some places you have your own parking spots, but it is so normal to park in the street. Like even if you go outside this house right now, there's a lot of cars that are parked outside my house and it's totally normal. I don't like it. I feel like somebody might scratch my car. Luckily, I have a garage. I have some space to park my car outside the house. But otherwise, like even when I go somewhere, if I know that place doesn't have parking, like I would rather stay in the house. Like it gives me stress. I don't want to lie, it gives me so much stress. Generally things are expensive here, but to be honest, I'm still not sure what expensive is, because I mean currency is quite different compared to us. Also, South Africa is also expensive, so I'm not really seeing any difference, but a lot of people are saying that it is expensive here. And I get it to a certain degree. Food, I would say it is expensive, but honestly it depends on what you eat as a person. If you are a fancy person, if you want to eat healthy, of course you're going to spend more. But if you just eat your rice and your chicken, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. But if you want to have fancy things are expensive everywhere. Most people are generally saying it is expensive here. And let's talk about one of my favorite things in New Zealand. It's being paid every fortnight. Oh, Jesus. Because honestly, one paycheck can't cut it, guys. Imagine having to wait the whole month for salary. Yeah. No. I know there's other people that also get paid every week, but I fall under the scale of people that get paid every fortnight. And same with salaries. Some things are paid every fortnight or every week, but I believe you have a choice there, because for my car and this place that I'm renting, I'm paying them every fortnight. Also with my pole classes, I pay them every fortnight, but my electricity, Wi-Fi, my gym membership, pay them every month. It's nice. It is amazing. And now that we've spoken about salaries, let's just talk about how New Zealand is so laid back and there is work-life balance. This is a topic that is very close to my heart because what do you mean that when I'm home I can enjoy being home and not stress about work? It is amazing and it does not feel real because people respect boundaries and respect the idea of having your time at home and taking care of your mental health at home. So there is work-life balance. When it's time to be home, be home, don't feel guilty. And like, it's very amazing. It's very amazing. And people here are so laid back. Like, I find myself being one of the loudest people in the room, and you know what? I try to not be loud, but unfortunately that's not the person that I am. And I know for sure there's people that I irritate. I mean, I can't be liked by everybody, and there's people that appreciate it because I had a few colleagues that actually mentioned how always happy. They were asking if I'm ever angry or mad, and it's so amazing that that's how I show up, like, for my colleagues. And also there's a thing about being above the line and below the line at work. Being above the line, being happy, positive, you know, doesn't mean you're gonna show up same as me, but I mean being in a good space and being in a good environment and being a good person to other people. And being up below the line is basically being in a bad mood, cussing at everybody. So now it's amazing to know that I actually show up above the line at work, and it feels amazing. It really feels amazing. And I think it also falls in the work-life balance that I have. In as much as I would work a lot at work and I would always find myself at work, I like when I'm home, I'm at home, and I get to do all my activities and all my many hobbies, and man, it just feels great. It really feels great. And since we are talking about work-life balance, the next point I'm gonna throw in here is using first names. This also falls back to how it's so laid back here. You use first names for everybody. I'm still trying to accept it and not feel weird about it because I still find myself calling doctors, whereas they are called by their first names. It's still a bit odd. I'm still trying to adjust to it, and I think it's also like a trauma that I experienced in South Africa, like especially like with patients. You know, you would call your patients Miss Make, and not being Miss Make, I'm like, no, I am not Miss Make, I am Dr. Make. I got that a lot in South Africa, and I think it's still a trauma response I am trying to overcome, but it's so laid back. And you know, coming from South Africa, if a person is older than you, you're gonna call them Mr. or Miss, or you're gonna say ma or ba, like meaning mom, dad, or granny or grandpa. Like, you just address people like with respect, but here it's not seen the same. It's still heavy, but we are learning. And yo, the way emails are used here, emails are used for communication, and it's something that I'm still getting used to, because for me, quick phone call is faster. But here you're gonna send your email, and you know, funny enough, people respond to emails very quickly here. It's amazing, but it's something that I still need to get used to and still accept that no phone call, just send an email or a text message, because not everybody use WhatsApp. Most people here use Snapchat, and Snapchat in South Africa is used for those filters, you know, puppy filters and hey. But here it's actually a mode of communication. In the work environment, not everybody has your contact number. The only time somebody would use your phone number to try to reach you is when you are on call. Otherwise, it's email. And since we are talking about communication, language barrier and accent, like the accent is so different here. And when I had just started here, I couldn't really hear, especially like with patients, because I feel like with colleagues you get used to how they speak because you spend most time with them. But now if you have a patient, also they are not used to your own accent, so there's that communication barrier. But as soon as you get used to working, you learn to adjust your accent so people are able to understand what you mean, and like you learn the slangs and all that, which makes it very easier to communicate with other people. And talking about slangs, if you would like me to share some of the slangs that I've learned here, just let me know in the comment section and I will do the right thing. And also, got to realize that jokes are jokes wherever you are, because you would say something and it doesn't make sense to people that are not from your country. And also, South Africans are just crazy people. Like most things are made fun of, and with here, like you will shock people. Our jokes are not jokes here. And yeah, and you know what, it's okay. It's okay, it's okay. So next I'm going to talk about trust here. Like, trust here is a big thing, and I believe it's because things are so safe and most people are really reliable. Because firstly, when you are buying your groceries, you check your own things out, and there would just be one person. I'm just like, what if somebody hides something? But I've watched videos where now they would catch people using cameras and all that. But I think also it's because trust goes a long way. Remember at the gym, somebody had just left their car keys in one of those open shelves where now you put your things, you don't want to hold them like on yourself. And I was just like, a car key just like that, oh my goodness. And I'm pretty sure that person found their car key there. Now let's talk about vaping. You know, I know in South Africa there's like happily, like at parties, at chillers, everybody will be smoking happily. But now the amount of people that smoke vape here, like everybody vapes. You're like, everybody vapes. And I think the reasoning behind it is they're trying to reduce the amount of people that smoke nicotine. So yeah, because I've seen like also like young people vaping, and I'm just like, oh well. Now let's talk about food. Food here is very bland. It feels like they just put it on the stove and that's that. Sometimes you would taste some salt and other times nothing at all. It's so boring, especially coming from South Africa, where now, you know, the food there is amazing. And it's a thing of you won't appreciate something until you don't have it anymore. And I think that's what I'm experiencing with the food here, and that's making me want to cook more, which is also a win because I do enjoy cooking after all. Restaurants, yo guys, You pay at the counter. You go into a restaurant, or I think mostly also it's like coffee shops. You go in there, you order your food at the counter, you pay, you go sit down, they bring your food, you eat. Sometimes you sit, they bring the menu, you eat, and then you go pay at the counter. Something I'm still getting used to, and it feels a bit weird, and I would feel like out of place, but it is what it is. And also, like, tipping is not a thing, like that thing of, yeah, 10% tip. Hi, you're not tipping. Here there's no such thing as that. They would maybe leave like a container at the till for tips, and you would put in some cash if you want to, and nobody's gonna give you weird looks if you don't tip. The service standard, like, it's so amazing here that, like, queues are very short, and if the queue is long, trust me, they will help you like very quickly. There's no thing of now you'll be there on a queue for 5 hours. It also, like, it amazed me, especially when I went to do my license, because it was literally in and out. I was prepared to stay there for hours, but I was out of that place within 20 minutes. It's so amazing. Like, it is so amazing. I think also, like, at your grocery stores and like where you buy things, it's a thing of now there's also like self-service tills, and honestly it makes things very quick. There's no, yes, Vani went for lunch break. It's so amazing. Like, it's so amazing. You get to a place, do what you need to do, and you go home. Talking about queues and all that, I'm going to talk about specials that are always there on holidays. Like, if you want to buy a big thing and you are willing to wait, just wait for a holiday, because there'll always be a special, and it's so amazing. Like your 50% special, 60, 70, 20%. Like, it's so amazing to buy something at a cheaper cost, and because you get to buy more things. How about that? Talking about shopping, if you are a girly that likes shopping, if you are a brother that enjoys looking nice and clean, like, you don't pay customs on Shein, and it's so amazing, you don't pay delivery. I've said this on most of my videos, and it is still true. You buy whatever on Shein, and you only pay for the things that you want to buy, and that is it. And also, the nicest thing is it's very quick. A week or two, you'll have your products at your doorstep when you get home. And the last but not least, this is something that I've realized it bothers a lot of people, especially South Africans, because there's a lot of ubuntu, like togetherness in South Africa in some ways. In South Africa, we believe that if you don't greet a person, it is very rude. There's a lot of instances where now somebody will walk into the room, find you there, and they wouldn't greet you or anything, and then they'll come back and talk to you and ask for something without still greeting. And it's odd. Or you would walk into a room, say hello, and nobody says hello back, and it's quite odd. But I've spoken to some lady that's from around New Zealand, and she was like, actually, that's not a thing. I don't know what's happening, but I've also seen a few videos from other South Africans talking about the same issue. Maybe it's how different people have been raised. I'm not sure about that. But if you happen to come to New Zealand and nobody greets you or nobody greets you back, just move on with your life. I don't think it's anything personal. It's just how some people are, and never feel bad about greeting people even if they don't greet you back. Just go on, and it's gonna make you feel good. You know that you're doing what's right according to you and according to how you were raised. So keep being that person and keep greeting everybody, because why not? And that's it, 20 culture shocks that I have experienced in New Zealand as a South African. Let me know in the comment section what surprised you the most, or if you've been through some culture shocks that are even different in a different country or also here in New Zealand. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone that might need a heads up before making a big move. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one where we're keeping it real about life abroad and making the most out of it. And I'll see you guys later. Bye friends. Bye Felicia.